Drink this energy drink for an hour before I work out. I got this.
For 65 years, I have ruled this empire. Generals and kings have knelt at my command. But a darkness comes. The blood tide rises. These are the closing days of the Third Era. And the final hours of my life.
Yeah, and I think that's so cool and that trailer was in there. I wanted to put that in. Okay, let's finish where we left off. And I really... Oh.
We need to move out soon while we still have a chance to strike.
I'm ready, let's go.
For Kvatch!
For Kvatch. Yeah, and my instinct was to do this yesterday. Got here, finish up that Oblivion gate, and go ahead and save Kvatch, because there's so much momentum in the story. But I'm glad I didn't, because, the Oblivion gate only took like 30 minutes. But this, I have entered the ruined city of Kvatch with Salvian, Matthias, and his men. We must clear the southern plaza before the survivors in the chapel can be rescued, breaking the siege of Kvatch. But this took me like an hour. God, I didn't go through any of the footage yet to edit it down fast forward parts. It's gonna be like an hour-long episode. I made my video camera talked about hitting a desk lamp in the future so that I can have light on my face so you can see my face better. I could turn this light off and have the light on my face. That might work better, and my face is kind of blurred out. I also know that wearing tank tops, kind of too much skin, but it's comfort clothing. I also should shave, so I've gotten around to it. And yeah, this part was actually kind of hard because I've only leveled up one time, so I'm level 2 doing this. But I have an advantage of all the restore health boosts because I already used Oblivion. I have helped Zolvani and Matthias and his men retake the southern plaza. I should talk to him. I try and read those messages now. I almost wish I could read those messages in a way where it was my thoughts as if I'm in the game and reading those messages my character's thoughts.
We wiped the bastards out. It's safe to pull those people out of the chapel. Let's get in there and make sure they're all right. Come on. This is only the beginning of the battle for Kvatch. We can discuss the next phase once the civilians are safe.
probably edit out all of this micromanaging and, you know, getting over encumbered with loot. I guess it also sort of makes a point of how much time it takes. And a strange part of the game that keeps coming up, and I dropped the danger mace because even though I think its damage is good, it weighs like 40 pounds or kilos. Whatever weight system the game makes them. This game has been tripping me out a lot, though. I had to stop last night, and I just couldn't do anything because I had such a big headache, and my face hurt, and my eyes hurt, and I felt nauseous and feverish, and I felt like it was because of how much I was interacting
all that's
with
left.
this game. It was just
Garrick
making me
Inian,
sick.
myself, and these civilians.
That's it? There's no one else?
There were others, sir, but they refused to stay put. We tried to convince them it was dangerous, but they left anyway. I guess they didn't make it.
Very well. The area outside the chapel has been cleared, and these people need to be taken to safety. Escort them to the camp south of here at once.
But sir, I want to help fight.
You will, soldier. Once they're secure, get back here
How could the Nine
immediately.
let this happen?
We'll need
Are
every
they
available
angry with
blade.
us?
There'll be plenty of fighting to go. What could we have done to deserve
Sir,
this?
yes, sir. Civilians, it's time to move out. Let's go.
We've done it. I can't believe it. I didn't really think this would work. Maybe we do have a fighting chance. Oh yes, we're not done, not even close. This was only the first step. If this town is to be ours again, we'll need to get inside the castle. You've come this far with us. Will you go further? If we're truly going to succeed, I'll need much more of your help. I warn you, though, what we've seen so far is nothing compared to the battle that likely awaits us. Take a few moments to catch your breath and think it over. When you're ready, let me know and we'll get underway.
And I noticed my progress to like next level was pretty high, but it also doesn't seem like there's that much to leveling up because they haven't added in perks yet or anything. So it's just like you level up and you don't even increase one of your stat bars by 10 yet. I think they go up by like 5 or whatever based on what your attributes are.
Are you ready to go? We need your help getting to the castle, but we need to move soon.
Yes, let's go.
I knew you'd be up to it. Our goal is the castle gate. We should be able to use this door to get out to the plaza in front of the castle gatehouse. You know the drill. Stick close and keep your eyes open. Let's move out!
And this early in the game, it's still real fun where it's new and exciting. Sword movements still look pretty good. And you know, I probably could travel back to the Imperial City and rent that bed again and level up right here. But it would sort of break the immersion of the game to think that in the middle of a battle I could travel out of it and go to another city, then come back after resting.
Damn it! The gates are locked. And the only way to open them is from within the gatehouse.
Castle castle gate.
We can't open that gate from out here. The only mechanism for raising it is inside the gatehouse. And the only way to get into the gatehouse now will be through the passage at the north guardhouse, but that's always kept locked. Hurry and find Kvatch. He should be back in the chapel. Should still have the key to the guardhouse. Once you've got it, get to the guardhouse, find the passage, and open that gate. Then we can get inside the castle and secure it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was just the game that was hurting my senses and central nervous system, because it also could just be the laptop camera hitting me in the face, you know? And then it was also editing the audio. I needed to separate the audio of the gameplay and slide it over this, you know, video of I'm
We saw
taking
the smoke
my
from the
face on
Gold Road
screen.
while out on patrol. How can we help?
Follow me.
We'll be right behind you.
The last thing anyone ever said to this guy.
I'm just waiting for Captain Mattias to give the order. Finally, a chance to fight back.
Guardhouse key.
Yes, I have it. Why?
Salvian's orders. No. I need to get into the castle. What do you mean, no time to explain?
That's
There's
right.
time.
They managed to close the castle gates just before we were forced in here. I'm afraid you're in for a tough time, friend. The city's in bad shape, and it will be difficult to make it to the guardhouse by yourself. I'd better go with you. We'll have to go through the chapel undercroft, and then through what's left of the city. If I don't make it, take the key and carry on without me. You'll need to reach the tower at the north wall of the city.
It was such an easy explanation, too. It's also weird how close my face is to this screen. Just thinking about how I'd be like 3 to 4 times farther away. Back when I was originally playing the game, it would be a larger TV. Because this is only like 15 inches away from the screen. And then I have the camera on me, so I'm just like staring into the face and I'm recording it, so I'm letting them all talk. A very different experience. This is like forcing it on me. And then everything I do 3 times basically. Almost, yeah, 4 times. You did it. Recording it right now, but then once it's all done, again, staring at all this, then push play to see how it can leave it. But then you gotta think about what it's like being in a PlayStation party, and say there's 8 people in the party, and then when you attack, your voice is going through like 8 PlayStations and TVs. That sort of feels good. And so then all you need to do is just play the video on your phone, laptops. Like 8 times right there. And of course there was another person on the other side, but then I don't know how big of a deal talking to the other person really is. Listen, you know? And I know I can be kind of difficult to understand. It's like I'm not even saying anything. It's just like an instrument, like a flute. It's just, that's the sound of my voice, and I'm just trying to get more noise out of this thing, you know? And the audio of this game hundreds of hours in Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. Yeah, this will drive you nuts at this point, but if it wasn't driving you nuts, then it was just telling you to want it and enjoy it, and telling you to enjoy it this much, you know?
This is it. The entrance to the passage is right here. I'll unlock it for you. Best of luck.
Yeah, the audio can be overpowering. And, you know, this was, you know, it was a first next-gen game when it came out, the Battle for Castle Kvatch. I found the tunnel entrance in Kvatch. I need to follow it to the gatehouse so I can raise the gates and let the guards into the castle courtyard. Yeah, but you know, when you're like looking at it now, you're like, well, this looks pretty bad. Did you see that tunnel we went into? It looked all blocky. And then it's almost kind of like watching Beast Wars or something. But, you know, I think we're allowed to do this, and we're allowed to record this, and this is like, you know, something you can do. I raised the gates into Castle Kvatch. I must now help Salvian. Okay. Salvian Matthias is unconscious. Oh, I accidentally hit one of my own guys. I haven't been watching. And here's something else people probably always comment on, making the same comment. It's like, this city is under siege from, like, the underworld. Maybe it's just an extra planar, you know, Muspelheim. And, they're invading with scamps. Those scamps look ridiculous. And then not only are they invading with scamps, but they're succeeding in the invasion. Isn't that pretty funny? And there's also so many few characters that are on screen. There's just like a handful of people that you even see, you know, between the guards and the civilians. Kind of want to sell that silver war axe. It's probably not going to be worth that much. And that's why I put mercantile as a main skill, but then it increases so slowly. I think I should have just not done that. What skills should I have chosen?
This area is clear. We've got to get inside and find the Count before it's too late. Move out!
This is all just rhetorical filler conversation. And that's the thing you had to get used to when trying to record yourself playing video games, is talking a lot more than you normally do, and just making comments about nothing, just for the purpose of filling the audio file with your voice. Yeah, that's a completely different state of existence than you grew up on. And then, you know, everyone you know probably doesn't want this much of it. It's like, well, I've prepared it. So yeah, this is me, folks. And I lose, like, all of these guys in the fight. You know, here's the problem with destruction magic that I'm noticing, is it's not very strong. It's not as strong as just swinging the sword. And then I need magic to heal myself. Now, this game does have a lot of spells, and it's probably the first time you've even seen magic in a video game. It's got so much more going on. The next video game you were playing, and I can go back in my mind and think about some of the video games, like there was like Time Shift or something. Yeah, Yeah, too human. Mm-hmm. God, all the random stuff I used to be excited for when I was 14. Now, in Mass Effect was pretty good, but I don't know if it's as fun to randomly delve into as this game, because it's, you know, so much more straightforward. If you do these side missions, I don't know how expansive they are. It's definitely not like the main story in 4 guilds, and I'm not even saying it should be like that, because, you know, you play these Bethesda games and they really go all out on making all this extra content, but it's just their style, and they seem to be into doing it. You know, and it's what their fans are used to, also, because... Oh, I just backtracked. And, yeah, I'll probably just, you know, I almost thought about editing this out. But I guess I'll just, you know, rearrange it and let it go on. And I noticed this problem. I was like, what, do I just stop and start over? Like, no, I think I can make this work. Pre-workout energy drink. Oh wow, these things have almost killed me already. Think of how many times I need to cast that spell to heal myself. Time to use some of these weak potions. You know, it's also weird how in this game you can just turn the difficulty up and down, and then it's about leveling up. So you want these things to have more health, and then you need to heal yourself a bunch of restoration, so you almost want them to damage your health bar too. So it's kind of weird how it's sort of choose your own difficulty. It's just throwing a bunch of random meters and programs and loading bars at you and letting you choose your own experience. It's also the only, I don't know if they have it copywritten or anything, because you don't really see a bunch of other people copying their formula. Now my two-handed claymore sword, it just broke. And it's weird how we only know about claymores in video games, but we already learned about 2 claymores and the sword, and then the mine, or explosive. We learned about both of those in video games. It's not something that would ever come up normally, or have any reason to learn about. Now look at how fast that axe attacks. I should just be using this. Yeah, look at all the great conversation you're missing out on. Yeah, and I lured those scamps in the next room that were too strong back into this room because the soldiers hadn't followed me in. And I also just waited to get my mana bar back. So, yeah, I felt like I had a pretty decent understanding of all of the gameplay mechanics when I went about doing this. That almost seems like an achievement or something, but yeah, it's really nothing at all. You know, red, blue, and green, you know, in that combo of those health bars like that, that could be a flag that you're pledging your allegiance to. And everyone comments on all the books laying around. It's weird how you open those and flip through the pages and don't get anything out of it. I'm already so close to being over encumbered. And well, all this armor only raises my AC by 1 each, basically. Armor class. Dungeons and Dragons. You can really think about everything that went into this. It's also weird how people can get much better at these types of things. By comparison, you're just stumbling around and useless. It seemed like these scamps were pretty tough. They heal myself so much and hit them with my sword so much. It's also pretty weird that my character is the only one capable of doing this right now. Yep, hero of Kvatch right here. Don't see anyone else doing this. Another thing about Oblivion is you can move in the air while jumping, but not if you're not already moving. That's sort of weird. I found the body of Count Goldwine. I should deliver the signet ring. Yeah, and I think it's kind of weird that you can't sleep in his bed, you know, once he's gone, but then also, I don't know why you would sleep in a room that's on fire. There'd probably be a lot of smoke in here too. You'd be worried about the fire spreading, but then it's also a stone castle. And stone doesn't actually burn. And they made piles of furniture that they lit on fire. Okay. I don't even know if I'm going to use all these arrows. I can always sell them. But I don't really know if it's going to be worth it to do archery. Of course, everyone's going to say everything's worth it. But, yeah, I'm not actually trying to be a level 100 character in this playthrough. I'm sorry he didn't make it lying face down in a pool of blood. Who would say that?
We were too late.
Start
If
saying
only
something
we'd
like a
gotten there
maniac,
sooner.
like
This
I'm
is
looking
indeed
at all
God's
this
day for
destruction
us now.
and I'm just glad.
But I thank you for risking your own life to help us. Did you find the Count's
You
ring by
guys
any
had
chance?
this coming. Yes, here it is.
At least, this is safe. Thank you. I shall make sure it is protected for the time when a new Count is crowned. Here, take this. I have no use for it. I'm tired of fighting. It may serve you well in days to come.
He must have given me his armor, because his clothes just changed. And I guess he's thinking, oh, well, you know, my
You should
city
be around
doesn't
the
exist
camp
anymore. I
somewhere.
guess I'm not a
He was
knight
with
of
the
my
survivors
city.
we rescued from the Chapel of Kvatch.
You can have my uniform.
Goodbye.
In Fallout 4, I was just doing the same repeating quest for the Brotherhood of Steel, and it's like I didn't even notice that I wasn't even doing anything. It was just a repeating quest. Is that something we'll have to get used to? Oh my god, what if these are out of order? Well, I guess if they're out of order, then I'll have to cut this video up and rearrange that. Well, that'll be a new one. Yeah, that's fine though. It's all about problem solving. Oh, wow, and I feel like I'm actually in that church in this other realm. And I think the next thing I'm gonna do when I start recording again is try and join all the guilds. Just get started on that, or do you join all the guilds at the same time, or do you just knock them out one after another? Which guild should I join first? Oh, and then there's the arena. Well, you should probably do the arena first. Or, well, that doesn't really make sense, though. Because, you know, of course you can win the arena at any time. But I feel like you should do it after the Fighters Guild. And the Fighters Guild isn't that much. So, you know, and I almost feel like you should start with the Thieves Guild. Doesn't that make the most sense? Because it's weird for an archmage to be a thief later. Wow, and when I do cut this up for not checking out what order it was in already, and I have to go and get the audios. And then this was an hour-long time, and oh man.
Danger, you say? You came here to tell me this.
Adios.
Explain yourself or leave me alone. There are many others here who actually need your help.
You're Martin, right? The priest?
Yes, I'm a priest. You need a priest. I don't think I'll be much help to you. I'm having trouble understanding the gods right now. If all this is part of a divine plan, I'm not sure I want to have anything to do with it.
There is a plan, and we're part of it. Now look at how theological this game's getting.
I prayed to Kvatch all through that terrible night, but no help came. Only more Daedra. What can you possibly know that would help me make sense of this?
You are Uriel Septim's son.
Emperor Uriel Septim? You think the Emperor is my father? No, you must have the wrong man. I am a priest of Kvatch. My father was a farmer.
The Daedra came here for you.
An entire city destroyed to get at me? Why? Because I'm the Emperor's son?
Why would I lie to you?
I don't know. It's strange. I think you might actually be telling the truth. What does this mean? What do you want from me?
Come with me to Waynon Priory.
You destroyed the Oblivion game, they say. You gave them hope. You helped them drive the Daedra back. Yes, I'll come with you to Waynon Priory and hear what Joffrey has to say. Lead on.
Now this is kind of like reading lines for a play. You know, I'm already getting recorded. The camera is already a couple of inches away from my face. It's a low quality camera, though, is the thing. And I didn't rehearse any of my lines.
Help! You must help! They're killing everyone
This
at
is
Waynon
funny. You
Priory.
can see the person. Hold on, tell me what happened.
I don't know. I think they're right behind me. Prior Maberel is dead.
Who's attacking Waynon Priory?
I was in the sheepfold when they attacked. I heard the prior talking to someone. Looked around the corner to see who it was. They looked like travelers, ordinary. Suddenly weapons appeared in their hands, and they cut the prior down before he could move. They saw me watching, and I ran.
Where's Joffrey? Is he safe?
I don't know. In the chapel, praying, I think. You must help us.
Yeah, I was only asking all those follow-up questions because they were being chased and I was being funny. The game stops time in dialogue. Oh, yeah, this is ridiculous looking at these plants going around here and trying to pick them in the middle of an emergency.
I think we should find your friend Joffrey at once.
Follow me.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it feels cool reading these lines, actually. I get a little something out of it. There's like 6 minutes of inside the last part. I'm going to just edit that out because it's probably going to be order and it's probably going to backtrack to that part once this is over. I guess I just pretend that didn't happen and then in the video editing rearrange the clips.
You're back.
I have to
Thank
sync up the
Talos.
audio to them
They
too.
attacked without warning. I was praying in the chapel when I heard Prior Maberel shout. I had just time to arm myself. The Amulet of Kings. I fear that was the target of this attack. I kept it in a secret room in Waynon House. We need to go see if it is safe.
I'll go check on the amulet.
We'll go together, but I fear the worst.
This is also surreal. And when I'm talking about whatever, you know, and just sort of rattling on about nothing, and I've got the audio off, so sometimes they'll start talking, and I'll be talking at the same time they're talking. It's just like, wow, that is just like being a kid in class, and
Yeah, the
the
enemy
teacher's
came here for
talking,
the
and you're
Amulet
still
of
having a
Kings.
side conversation.
How do you do?
like, I think I can keep on talking while they're talking and no one notices. Well, that's how bad our senses and interpretation of reality are, I guess. Or maybe they're just disrespecting you. And I was just looking at that Alabemic thing, and I was like, is there any way I could have stolen that from
They've
this
taken
place?
it. The Amulet of Kings is gone. The enemy has defeated us at every turn.
I found Martin. He is safe.
So it has not all gone against us. Thank Talos for that. We gained Uriel's heir and lost the Amulet of Kings. Martin cannot stay here. We have driven them off, but they will be back once they learn of Martin's survival. Which they will.
Where will Martin be safe?
Nowhere is truly safe against the power arrayed against us. But we must play for time, at least. Cloud Ruler Temple, I think. The hidden fortress of the Blades in the mountain.
And now we're back to Joffrey. Amulet of Kings. Cloud Ruler Temple.
Cloud Ruler Temple was built long ago by the founders of the Blades, back in the days of Raymond Cyrodiil. It is high in the mountains near Bruma. Our ancient fortress, sanctuary, refuge of last resort. Martin will be as safe there as anywhere. We should get moving. I won't rest easy.
Yeah, and
until
that's
Martin is
funny
safe from
that,
Cloud Ruler Temple.
you heard about the Blades in Morrowind, so if you carried over playing from Morrowind to Oblivion, it was like, oh wow, this has more to do about the Blades. Because there's only like one blade almost in Morrowind, I remember. It was like the first guy you talk to, and now they've got katanas, which is sort of weird. And here, instead of fast traveling right away, I'm letting them walk a little bit so that I can get a horse for free, because horses can be like 500 gold or something. I haven't looked it up yet. I know they're expensive. Maybe it's 2,000 gold. And you just get one for free. Though I can't imagine anyone I'm talking to going back and playing this game for the first time, especially after hearing me talk about it. I look at these horses too. It looks like you're playing with a plastic horse. You're just going like this. And I remember this part in the game, and when you first get here, when you're a 14 or 15-year-old, and Xbox 360 just came out, and you just got this game, and you're showing it to your friends, this seems like a cool part in the game. And you know what else was a launch title for Xbox 360 was Perfect Dark Zero.
This is the
I used to
Emperor's
play
son,
that game a little bit
Martin
too.
Septim.
My lord.
And like God of War 2 had came out recently, and people were still excited about that on PS2. In fact, I think in sales, PS2s like that year beat the Nintendo Wii and Xbox 360 and PS3 because they were just in stock and discount. Well, I don't know if that's ever going to be the case again. We've had these consoles for so long, or maybe people were buying that for DVD players. And who even buys DVDs anymore?
Blades, dark times are upon us. The Emperor and his sons were slain on our watch.
Yeah, everything's streaming now, and it's hard to find stuff
But
you
there
want
is
to
yet
watch.
hope. Here is Martin Septim, true son of Uriel Septim.
Hail, Dragonborn! Hail, Martin Septim! Hail!
Your Highness, the Blades are at your command. You will be safe here until you can take up your throne.
Joffrey,
All of you. I know you all expect me to be Emperor. I'll do my best. But this is all new to me. I'm not used to giving speeches, but I wanted you to know that I appreciate your welcome here. I hope I prove myself worthy of your loyalty in the coming days. That's it. Thank you.
Well then, thank you, Martin. We'd all best get back to our duties, eh, Captain?
Hail.
Not much of a speech, was it? Didn't seem to bother them, though. The blade saluting me and hailing me as Martin Septim. I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I know I would be dead by now if it weren't for you. Thank you. But everyone expects me to suddenly know what to do, how to behave. They want an emperor to tell them what to do, and I haven't the faintest idea.
We need to get the amulet back.
Of course, the Amulet of Kings. So I, can take it to the Temple of the One and light the dragon fires, and stop the Oblivion invasion.
And you will be the Emperor.
The Emperor? That's an idea that will take some getting used to. In any case, we need the amulet first. Maybe Joffrey will know where to start.
Amulet of Kings?
Practitioners of Daedric magic are familiar with the almost impenetrable barrier between our world and Oblivion. What the Emperor told you implies that the amulet is the key to the preservation of that barrier. What I saw at Kvatch. Everything I know about Daedric magic says that such stable portals are impossible. Yet those gates to Oblivion existed. The old rules no longer apply. Kvatch is only the beginning of what Mehrunes Dagon will do. If the amulet is truly the key to restoring the barriers between our world and Oblivion, you must waste no time in recovering it.
Oblivion Gate. Oh wait, Daedric
I haven't
magic.
always been a priest. In my youth, I followed a different path. I know more than I want to about the seductive power of Daedric magic. Let's just leave it at that.
Oblivion Gate.
Something has changed to make these stable portals to Oblivion possible. Joffrey believes that the death of the Emperor and the darkening of the Dragonfires is the key. Don't worry about me,
You're
my
supposed
friend.
to talk to Joffrey
I
again.
know I'm in good hands here.
You have proven yourself a loyal servant of the Empire, as worthy as any of the Blades to stand by Martin's side during this crisis. As the Grand Master of the Blades, I would be honored to accept you into our order. Will you join us?
Yes, I will join the Blades.
It is my honor to welcome you into our ranks as a Knight Brother of the Blades. May Talos guide you.
Something's... Come on. Can't wait. Of course. What troubles you? It's Martin.
It is good to be back here. It raises my spirits just to walk these ancient halls again. We will prevail. We must prevail. You're right. We must try to recover the amulet before the enemy takes it out of our reach. You should go back to the Imperial City. Boris may have learned something about the assassins. You'll find Boris at Luther Broad's boarding house in the Elven Gardens district of the Imperial City. Give my warm regards to Boris. Tell him he should not blame himself for the Emperor's death.
Yes.
He did well to
yes, I
send
see
you
your
to me.
point. And the others feel the same way? Is it not?
Oh yeah, and this has to be close to over. It's been an hour already. Wow, this is passively entertaining. That is crazy. It was pretty easy going. I like this.
A pity so. I've got nothing to eat.
And yeah, I'm just gonna finish up here. Just level up, maybe visit these stores, and call it there.
Well, what do you want? Yes?
Oh yeah, let's play the social game.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Let's socialize.
Good price? Thank you for your business. Let's do business. I do have a bed available for 20 gold a night. Would you like to rent it? Very good.
I'll
It's up
take
the
it.
stairs there. First door on your left. Sleep well. Take care.
And then when you do level up, you're just like, what? That's it? Doesn't feel that rewarding. And I think when you get to level 7 or something, the Dark Brotherhood attacks you. And then somewhere along the lines in the main story, you're gonna need to be like level 7 or something to keep on progressing. You also need a Daedric artifact. So I think I'm gonna look up online how to get into the Thief's Guild. Do that first. You know, Thief, Fighter, Dark Brotherhood, Archmage. Then finish up the main story. Thief, Fighter, Arena, Dark Brotherhood, Archmage, main story. That's how I'll do this. And hopefully I'll have it under 50 episodes or something.
I'm pretty sure all the quest lines go fast, and when you're a player as a kid, you're just like, what, it's over? What can I do? But, it's a long game when you go through it all like this. Drive a hard bargain. And I'm just happy to have the camera videoing me, and have my voice coming out of something to talk about. And the copy of the game is actually my original copy, which is, show you. I wouldn't make that deal with you. Goodbye. Here, check that out. I got the collector's edition. It came with the Imperial Septim coin. I don't know where that is. And you look at this, and what does this look like to you? It looks like the collector's edition of Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you had the collector's edition of Lord of the Rings, but it had a very similar, when the map is supposed to go here, it's like, where's the map? Where's the coin? Oh, wait. Here's the map. Got the map right here. I can open that up and look at it. Morrowind came with a map too. I don't think Skyrim did though. What kind of interesting? One more thing. Oh, here we go. This one's pretty cool. Oh, wait, that's not it. Yeah, I was looking for the collector's edition of Lord of the Rings, but I guess if I find it later, I'll show it to you next time. Oh no, we're doing alchemy. Yeah, I normally speed this up. Now this is what it's like when you're going through it slow. I'll speed it up next time. Now feel free in the future to click the next episode early. Or just take the mouse and drag it across the loading bar at the bottom of the video. And just sort of scan what the content is. Now it's not like these videos are going to get 1,000 views or even 10 likes. And if it does get 300 views, it's just me clicking on it 300 times probably. And then, because if it doesn't have 300 views, you might as well not even tag it. It's not going to look like anything. Thank you. Come again. Take care. Yeah, it's still doing something for me. I have to think about all the times someone took out a recording device and took a video, or took a picture, and how this is kind of eclipsing all the videos and pictures. And then most of the things he could be doing are not actually supposed to videotape around the neighborhood and at parks and at campsites. So like right now it's actually pretty difficult to do anything that you have rights to do when you're trying to record your life happening. That's just the situation we're in, I think, because I don't really know what our rights are like. Or if you're not playing video games, you're playing sports. And I don't really know how many videos of you playing sports you got. Or you can be in a school play. Or you can go to a poetry slam or a karaoke bar. Yeah. I don't know if you're allowed to record yourself there. Enchanting this longsword. You got that sigil stone. Everyone knows how to do this. I'll just slap sword in there real quick. There's a sword. Now it's magically enchanted. Yeah, still having a good time. Now, yesterday I sort of got a hangover from this game. Looking at everything too much and having too much relation and interacting with the audio and gameplay footage. And then also when you post it, there's also sort of a anxiety, hypertension of putting this stuff online where anyone can see you doing this stuff. And it's almost like the quantum realm. It's like spiritually getting back to you a little bit. Sort of a weird thing.
Edgar the Tree, you don't want the very best. You want cheap, and I got cheap. Yes?
I should have gone through this footage and sped things up. I should have done that last night.
Not now, I got it. I have the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodiil.
I'm looking at spells. Some of these spells are pretty expensive, and like right now when I see Bound the Dagger, I'm just thinking, why didn't I get Conjuration as one of my major skills? It's like, what do you need Armora for? You can just bound this stuff. And on your master file, when you're trying to completely 100% this game, you want to collect all those spells, just for having them. But that never really works out too well. Guess I'll try out this major wound spell. It says 15 points for 10 seconds on target. That sounds like 150 damage. It should just kill anything, but otherwise it's doing 1.5 damage a second. I'm not really too sure what the spell means.
Well,
I can't wait to try that out. Hopefully it works. Oh, looks like that's it. Alright, great. I will see you online.